One of the biggest blessings to come from this YouTube journey that I've been on is the friendship that I have developed with Dawn over at the Teal Pumpkin. So it only made sense that my first ever collaboration would be with her. We love so many of the same things. We have so much in common, even apart from both having YouTube channels. But I have to say, it's been so great having somebody that understands what this process is, and we can talk about those things, and I just adore her. And if you guys haven't checked out her channel before, you're gonna love her too. Started her channel back in April, and she has been creating shop with me content where she takes you into places like Kirkland's and Hobby Lobby, Michael's. She does thrift hauls. She does decorating for the holidays, which I do too, so that is just one of the many things that we have in common. She's a beautiful decorator, y'all. She does such an amazing job. And today we have a Thanksgiving Tablescape collaboration to share with you guys that I think you're gonna love. I've had a little bit of a sneak peek at hers, and it's stunning. We truly hope that you will find at least a little bit of inspiration for your Thanksgiving Tablescape if you're hosting this year from both of our videos. So once you're done watching my video, I would absolutely love it if you would go over to the Teal Pumpkin and watch her video as well. I will link it in the description box and in a pinned comment as well. You're gonna love it. I know I keep saying that, but I know you're gonna love it. So without further ado, let's get into this week's video. So this year I decided that I wanted to use a tablecloth, but for a large table like I have, those can get really pricey. So what I opted to do was I picked up a 6-foot by 9-foot canvas drop cloth. I got this one at Harbor Freight, and I spent $9.99 for it. I ran it through the washer and the dryer and tried to get as much of the wrinkles out of it as possible. But these are such a great option for tablecloths. They're easy to cut down. All you have to do is just make a small little snip wherever you measure that you need to cut it, and then tear it, and then it will make a really good clean cut, and you'll get it even all the way across. I'm not going to do that in this case because this is actually should be about the perfect size for my table. So I think this is going to be a beautiful, natural, very neutral background for everything that I'm going to do on the Thanksgiving Tablescape. So next up, I've got this really pretty glass hurricane. It has this sort of crackly glass finish at the bottom of it. I thought it would be so pretty. I've been looking for a large hurricane just to be able to keep out all year long, and I think this one is going to be perfect for that. I spent $4.99 for it. It had a lot of red and green paint on it, so I'm wondering if maybe it has some sort of a Christmas decor thing going on with it. But luckily it was all able to scrub right off, so I could just have the pretty glass. So this is gonna go in the center of the table. So if you watched a couple weeks ago, you know that I picked up these pair of brass candlesticks. I got them for $8 for the pair of them. They were at a antique store just down the road from my house, and I had mentioned in the video that I thought they would be perfect for the Thanksgiving Tablescape, and that is exactly what I'm gonna do with them. I'm gonna keep things pretty simple decor-wise. These are very, very tall, so I'm gonna use a much shorter taper candle to go inside of them, just because I don't want to completely inhibit my husband and I, who will be sitting on opposite sides of the table, from being able to see each other and speak to each other without having to look around the candlesticks. last year I added a whole lot of different elements across the bottom of the table, and this year I'm going to keep it a little bit more simple. I've got several branches of this pampas grass that I picked up from Hobby Lobby, I think last year. Some of them have been separated off of the bigger branches like these, and then I have some that are still in the full branches because I don't want to take all of them apart in case that I want to use them in vases later on again. But these are going to be the base for our design at the bottom of the table. The next thing I'm going to layer are these dried eucalyptus. This is actually the biggest purchase that I made for this Thanksgiving tablescape, but I felt like I could justify it because these can be used all year long. They're not just a seasonal item, which is what I'm really trying to do with a lot of my designs these days, is that I want things to be very transitional. I don't want it to feel as if I'm purchasing it just for 1 or 2 months out of the year. So these will be really pretty, just laid on top of those pampas grass branches. Another element that I love to incorporate from fall to Christmas are dried oranges. I have several stashed away in my Christmas decor, but I haven't actually gotten those boxes out yet. So I went ahead and just cut up an orange and put them in the oven at 200 degrees last night. I think it took about 2 hours for them to completely dry, but it doesn't take very long, and these are such an inexpensive and beautiful way to add color for the holidays and a natural element. I just love these. So these will just get kind of dispersed along the middle of the table. So some years I do chargers and some years I opt not to, but I decided to do them this year. And I had these chargers that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. They are actually originally a very glossy white color, and it just kind of accents the plastic nature of them. So what I did was I spray painted them in a matte black, and I love the detail on these. I think it's really, really pretty. They're simple. They almost give you that lace doily look to them. I think maybe that's what the whole, what the design of it was meant to look like. I don't know. That's what it reminds me of. But I think that this black color is going to look really pretty up against my grandparents' china that we're going to use for our table settings. So as I've mentioned before, I have many pieces of china, different items from my grandparents' home that I've been lucky enough to get to bring home to mine. And this set of dishes is one of them. Now, this set of dishes always was in their it was always in their cabinets. It was an everyday china for them. I, however, have always pulled it out for Thanksgiving. I think there's just something about the colors of the flowers that just seem so very perfect for fall. And so I love to pull these out every year. Even the years where we don't actually host Thanksgiving, my family likes to do their own little family Thanksgiving. So I always pull these out. I have a complete set of them, including serving pieces, which I'll share a couple of those towards the end of the video. So for napkins, I'm pulling out this set of napkins that I bought on clearance at Hobby Lobby last year. I ended up buying 2 packages of them, and each package contained 4 napkins. So I loved these because they're perfect all year round. At the very beginning of fall, I had picked up this bag of glittery apples from the Target dollar spot. I thought these would be really pretty to tie a tag around these for the place settings. Put my family members' names on the tag and then just tie it with some twine and then put them on maybe like the dessert plate or the salad plate. I thought that would be really pretty, so I think we're gonna try that out. So I thought I would share a couple of the serving pieces that I plan on using this year. I thrifted this Anchor Hawking bowl, I believe it's vintage, at my local Goodwill a few days ago, and I thought it was so pretty. And once again, this can be used for, it could really be used all year round. And it's a good size. I think what I'm going to end up putting in it is my Grandma Wilks's marshmallow salad. That is a fan favorite among my family members. It has deep nostalgic vibes for me. We make it every single year. My kids love it. And I think it will be so pretty displayed in this bowl. So I mentioned earlier that there were several serving dishes that went along with the china set that I'm using. And this tureen is one of them. I love the shape of it, the handles, the lid. I love everything about it. It's so pretty. I think I'll more than likely put mashed potatoes in here, but it'll be so pretty sitting on the table. I even have a sweet little gravy boat to go with it. The last thing I wanted to share was this sweet little silver tray that I found at Goodwill for $2.99. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to style it on the table. I think because it's so small, I could probably put a butter dish on it. I could put the salt and pepper on it so that you can just kind of pass this around instead of passing everything individually. I don't know, that's still to be determined. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. I know that over the last couple of weeks my postings have been a little bit scattered, but I think at this point things have calmed down. Our family member is back home in healing. Our little dog Jessie is as well. So thank you to everybody who sent prayers our way and positive vibes. It surely did help. Don't forget to go check out Dawn over at the Teal Pumpkin and her Thanksgiving Tablescape video. I will make sure that it is linked in the comment section as well as in the description box so you won't be able to miss it. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye now.